Hi everybody. I have been feeling kind of weird lately. I don't know. Right now it is like 7 p.m. and it's like gorgeous, like still light, which is really wonderful. And I have had like kind of a strange week. I was traveling earlier this week and I've been getting back and it's just been like weird and chaotic and I don't know if you get this, but I feel like the next week for me after traveling, I'm always like a little bit out of sorts. It takes a while to like I think settle back into routine and the self, and I think I've always like really struggled with like building routines and keeping routines. I'm so often like forming and reforming like habits. I don't know. I think there's something like really transformative about travel. And I would say like this past trip for me was really great because it offered me a chance to like explore a different side of myself. I I think this was like kind of the first time I'd had a trip where I was like, let me like really plan my outfits. Let me really think about like what it is I want with this trip. And it was just like a weekend trip. It wasn't like a crazy thing or anything, but it was like, people that I've never traveled with before, the chance to do new things. And I'd been to this city before. So it was like, okay, I'm like familiar with the area, but there's like more that I want to do and more that I want to explore. So it was a really like, interesting trip in that way, and I just really like enjoyed that about it, where I was able to I don't know, like in this travel situation I was with my friend Morgan, and we had a chance to like do things together obviously and like hang out, but also like I had a lot of time to myself just to like explore the city on my own terms, which is always my favorite thing about traveling. I've kind of primarily been like a solo traveler. It's my roommate. I've always been like kind of a solo traveler, and I've always found that like um I don't know, it's to me like changed my relationship to travel, right? Like I kind of see it as a chance to discover new things about myself, to discover a city like on my own terms. One of my favorite things to do when traveling is just kind of like take a walk and take in the sights. And there's there's a lot of things like that where like as a solo traveler, like I've just kind of been used to like being very internal in my traveling style, versus like wanting to see a bunch of things or wanting to like go out and party, meet people, and those are things that I really enjoy doing when traveling. And I'm not, I think it's awesome just to be able to see new things. I'm a pretty flexible traveler, but I am really used to I'm really used to like just doing things on my own and kind of having complete freedom. So it was nice to be on this weekend trip because I feel like it was like kind of like best of both worlds, where I was able to do those things that I really like when I'm alone, but I also like, really had a chance to like explore and see new things, meet new people. So, that was all like really great and fun. And I think that like, I don't know if like something's in the air, or like what's going on, but I also just feel like, I've been meeting new people. I've been like making new friends. I've been like just experiencing like, and not at all like just like in a completely neutral way. I've been experiencing like a lot of changes with like my social dynamics and my relationships to people. And I do feel like it's one of those things where like, you'll go through a period where like things change and you notice the change and it makes you want to change more, and things keep changing and changing and changing. And I think that that's very key to like spring, summer too, right? Like it's just such a season for that. People are outside, people are wanting to do new things. It feels like kind of the start of something. I feel like if you're not observing the like solar calendar, there are a lot of New Year's, like Lunar New Year. Is Chinese New Year like different? Eid. There's Gudi Padwa. There's a lot of like just around the world, like a lot of different New Year's. And yeah, it probably is like lunar calendar based, but it just like that is like to me, like very spring, very like, you know, a little bit later, and then it just kind of feels like everyone settles into like this new version of themselves that they've like wanted to make. And yeah, I feel like, you know, winter very much is like more about like staying still and like sitting with things and reflecting and blah blah blah. And by the time you hit like spring, you're like, wait, I'm done reflecting, I'm done being interior, it's time for me to like go out and see the world. And that's why I think that like, I don't know, for me, like it's like very much that season for like things to be different, like dynamics to feel different and in a new exciting way, you know. So that's all like things that I've been noticing. I was journaling a lot more like towards the beginning of the year, and now I just like don't want to journal at all. So I was like, it'd be great to have like a little vlog or something. So I'm not able to like, you know, if I'm not able to just like, you know, write things out, I want to be able to like have a communicative process. So that's kind of what this is. And luckily it is like so late the time the sun sets, so I can kind of have a little extra sunlight, which is awesome. But yeah, I got this new haircut. My friend Morgan did it. Morgan number 2. Morgan mentioned too. I love you. I love Morgan. And it looks really good. And I'm very like, it's exciting to have a new like hairstyle that you really enjoy. I'm like literally like, whoa. But yes, I really like my new hairstyle, and it kind of has me thinking about like, you know, the value of hair, the value of hair, how your outward presentation can play a role in like your mental health and well-being. And you know, I think it's, sorry, tangent. I love a tangent. But it has me kind of thinking about, oh my God, what was I thinking of? Oh, like hair appearance. I mean, I'm just like very much like someone who like, I don't know. I'm not like someone that like necessarily subscribes to like this understanding of like independence and freedom as like, you know, a just complete like individual freedom. Like, you know, I don't think it's like the be all end all if you're not able to 100% completely like represent yourself or like be the person that you, I don't know, like meet these like individual metrics of success. I don't think that like, you know, if that was like completely maxed out, what I'm saying is like, that's really great. I don't see it as like, you know, if my perfect life would not just be like about my personal accomplishments, it would also be about the world around me, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think that like if I was like living exactly 100% like the exact life that I wanted, I would still not be happy if like the rest of the world was like largely suffering, or like, you know, there was like a lot of things that other people were going through. Like my happiness is also dependent on the happiness of like my neighborhood, my community, and the people around me. And you know, all that to be said, like I guess I really subscribe to that very strongly as, you know, growing up. And I think that kind of came sometimes at the expense of like kind of recognizing, you know, that there are certain things that would make my life better, right? Like there are certain things that I would be like happier about. And I think like that's something that I'm kind of coming to terms with is, I think that there are specific things that I'm really like excited to do, and I'm realizing that like the more I kind of lean into, you know, feeling personally happy and doing things that make me feel happy, the better I feel. What a crazy, what a crazy concept. If you do things that make you happy, you'll feel happier. And that is like my thing that I've learned over the last like month or so. And I think that that's like, I don't know, it's kind of a lesson that I come to, because I feel like sometimes I'm just very used to suffering, like in the Buddhist definition of the word, like, you know, feeling, I'm used to certain discomforts. And because I've felt them for a long time, I kind of like, you kind of get in the habit of feeling uncomfortable about certain things. And sometimes it takes a moment to be like, wait a minute, like, wait a minute. I can do things that make me feel better. And I don't have to wait around to do that. Like, what a concept. What an idea. Anyway, I think that's kind of it for a little update on things going on in my life. I feel really weird. I want to try to go for a walk today, I think. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where we're at with things. I am really excited because tomorrow I'm going to get coffee with my other friend, Kat Wood, who I love. And I am excited because I'm going to a baseball game on Saturday, and I'm really excited about that. I think it'll be fun to like meet people. Yeah, that's it. Excited to call my dad. Excited to see my mom. Excited. I don't know. Excited to keep on trucking and keep on being in the world. Yeah, I don't know. I will see you later. Love you.